In central China, a team of archaeologists is exploring subterranean tombs and makes an intriguing discovery: an ancient waterlogged casket. Inside, they find a human skeleton and a sealed wooden box, which contains a beautifully crafted sword that hasn't been seen for around 2,400 years. This sword once belonged to a significant historical figure in China. The sword's age is not surprising, as swords have long represented power in various cultures and symbolized strength, chivalry, and masculinity. The Chinese sword, known as the Sword of Gujian, is an exceptional cultural treasure, not only for its craftsmanship, but also for its physical properties. The sword was found during an excavation in Hubei province, in an area known as the Huabi region. Hubei province has a rich archaeological record and is geographically significant, surrounded by mountain ranges and bodies of water. The discovery took place during a survey of the Zhang River Reservoir's second aqueduct in the city of Jingzhou, an ancient cultural hub and former capital of the state of Chu. The archaeological team uncovered a series of tombs dating back to the Chu era and retrieved over 2,000 artifacts, including the casket containing the Sword of Gujian. The sword was forged during the Spring and Autumn period, which spanned from 771 BC to 476 BC. Its name comes from the records of the Spring and Autumn Annals, historical documents that detail the affairs of the state of Lu during that period. These records, believed to have been compiled by Confucius, provide valuable insights into the region's major events. The Spring and Autumn period marked the fragmentation of the region into multiple states, resulting in frequent warfare and technological advancements in weaponry, including fine swords like the Sword of Gujian. The Sword of Gujian measures approximately 22 inches in length and weighs just under 31 ounces. Its blade is etched with diamond patterns on both sides, and the hilt is adorned with blue stones and silk bindings. The sword's remarkable preservation is attributed to its airtight sheath, which protected it from the elements, as well as the metallurgical composition of the blade. The copper base of the blade provides flexibility, while the tin edges maintain sharpness. Traces of sulfur have also helped prevent tarnishing over time. The sword bears engraved script in a seal script known as birdworm, which is visible on both sides of the blade. The owner of the sword is named in these inscriptions, adding to the historical significance of the artifact. Archaeologists in central China discovered a well-preserved 2,400-year-old sword known as the Sword of Gujian. This remarkable cultural treasure was found in Hubei province, an area with a rich archaeological record and significant geographic features. The sword was forged during the Spring and Autumn period and represents the technological advancements and ongoing warfare of that era. Its craftsmanship, including diamond-patterned etchings and embellishments, adds to its beauty. The sword's remarkable state of preservation, thanks to its airtight sheath and unique metallurgical composition, makes it even more extraordinary. The inscriptions on the blade provide valuable historical information, further enhancing its significance. Seal script, derived from the oracle bone script, was commonly used during the Spring and Autumn period. Inscriptions on the Sword of Gujian reveal that it once belonged to a local king. On one side of the blade, it reads "King of You," while the other side states, "Made this sword for his personal use." The exact King of Yu responsible for the sword's creation remains uncertain. The Kingdom of Yu existed for approximately 160 years until it was annexed by Chu in 334 BC. During that time, 9 different monarchs ruled over the state. Historians engaged in a series of written letters to determine the sword's owner. After weeks of discussion, they theorized that the sword belonged to Gujian, a warrior king known for his grit and determination during challenging times. Gujian participated in the last great war of the era and is believed to have been one of the 5 hegemons, regional warlords who had significant military resources and were responsible for maintaining peace and defending the land. Before becoming a hegemon, Gujian had to prove himself worthy. He inherited the crown of Yu from his father Yunchang and became king in 496 BC. Soon after, he faced a threat from King Helu of Wu, a neighboring state and long-standing enemy of Yu. The conflict between Yu and Wu stemmed from a failed diplomatic marriage alliance. Helu perceived a vulnerability in the Yu court and gathered his armies for an attack. However, Helu's attack backfired, and Yu emerged victorious at the Battle of Zulai. Helu died from his injuries, instructing his son Fuche to seek revenge. Years later, Fuche led Wu to victory against Yu, capturing Gujin as a prisoner. Rather than executing Gujin, Fuche forced him to serve as an attendant, enduring years of humiliation. Gujin eventually returned to Yu, determined to strengthen his kingdom and weaken Wu. He pursued strategies to undermine Wu's infrastructure and assembled a team of counselors and diplomats. Gujin's persistence paid off, and he transformed Yu into a regional powerhouse. Gujin's reign was marked by battles, including a successful confrontation with the state of Kai. His bizarre and terrifying tactics on the battlefield, such as using self-destructing soldiers to intimidate the enemy, added to his reputation. Despite Fuche's previous clemency, Gujin refused his surrender, leading Fuche to take his own life. Gujin continued his reign for 31 years until his death in 465 BC. The Warring States period followed Gujin's reign, characterized by intense interstate conflicts. In 334 BC, Wu Jiang of Yu prepared to invade Kai, but was convinced by a diplomat to attack Chu instead. This attack failed, leading to the conquest of Yu by Chu. The Warring States period lasted until 221 BC, when the state of Qin unified China under Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. The sword of Gujin is currently displayed in the Hubei Provincial Museum. However, it was accidentally damaged while on loan to a museum in Singapore in 1994. Since then, the sword has been included on a list of artifacts not allowed to leave China. In 1983, archaeologists also discovered a spear belonging to King Fuche of Wu, known as the Spear of Fuchai. These artifacts highlight the rich cultural and historical legacy of Hubei. The area holds untold potential for further archaeological discoveries, offering glimpses into the lives of kings and warriors of the past. Subscribe and press the bell icon for regular updates.